A lot of people don't like Nostradamus because they say he's doom and gloom. Very horrible predictions.
A man from the 16th century, whose words still haunt the world today. Nostradamus, was he a true prophet or just a clever poet? His mysterious verses have been linked to wars, disasters, and even the rise of great leaders. But did he really see the future, or are we just reading into his words? From the deadly plague that shaped his life to the book that made him famous, his story is filled with mystery, loss, and incredible predictions. In this video, we'll uncover the life of Nostradamus and explore the prophecies that many believe foretold history's greatest events. Could his visions still hold secrets about our future? Let's find out. Michel de Nostradamus, commonly known as Nostradamus, was a French astrologer, physician, and reputed seer. He is best known for his book Les Prophecies, published in 1555, which is a collection of 942 poetic quatrains that allegedly predict future events. Over the centuries, Nostradamus has attracted both admiration and skepticism, with many interpreting his verses as prophetic insights, while scholars argue they are vague and open to multiple interpretations. In the quiet town of Saint-Rémy-de-Provence, France, a child was born, his name Nostradamus. The exact date? A mystery, lost between December 14th and 23rd, 1503. His family carried a secret of their own. Once Jewish, they had embraced Catholicism, taking the name Nostradamus, meaning Our Lady. At just 14, he stepped into the University of Avignon, eager to learn. But fate had other plans. The plague swept through, forcing the doors of knowledge to close before him. Undeterred, he wandered, seeking wisdom in herbs, healing where others saw despair. Years later, in 1529, he reached Montpellier, hoping to become a doctor. But the past followed him, his work as an apothecary, once his survival, now branded a violation. Expelled yet unbroken, Nostradamus stood at the edge of destiny, unaware that his name would echo through time. He was cast out, yet he never stopped. Nostradamus continued his work as an apothecary, and whispers spread about a mysterious rose pill he created, said to guard against the plague, hope in the face of death. But fate was merciless. In 1531, he married, built a life, only to watch it shatter in 1534 when the plague took his wife and children. Loss weighed heavy, but he pressed on, remarrying and raising 6 more children. Then, in 1550, he wrote an almanac, just one. It was enough. The world took notice, and soon even the Queen of France sought his guidance. In 1555, Nostradamus unveiled Les Prophecies, a book that seemed to whisper secrets of the future. Its first edition held 353 quatrains, but as time passed, the collection grew to 942. These verses formed centuries, each holding 100 quatrains, except the final one, mysteriously left incomplete at 42. But where did his visions come from? Nostradamus drew from history, biblical prophecies, and ancient texts, weaving past knowledge into glimpses of what lay ahead. Beyond prophecy, he wrote medical texts, even detailing plague treatments. Yet it was the almanacs, published yearly until his death, that truly captivated minds, blending broad predictions with eerie precision. Were they mere words, or echoes of a fate yet to unfold? Throughout history, Nostradamus has been credited with predicting numerous significant events. His book, Les Prophecies, published in 1555, contains cryptic verses that many believe foresaw some of the most impactful moments in human history. While skeptics argue that his prophecies are vague and open to interpretation, there are several historical events that appear to align eerily with his writings. Now, we'll explore some of the most compelling prophecies that Nostradamus is believed to have predicted, and examine whether they truly came to pass, or if they are simply the result of hindsight and creative interpretation. The Great Fire of London, 1666. One of Nostradamus's most famous predictions is believed to describe the Great Fire of London in 1666. His quatrain reads, "The blood of the just will be demanded of London, burnt by fire in 3 times 20 plus 6. The ancient lady will fall from her high place, many of the same sect will be killed." The fire, which started in a bakery on Pudding Lane, devastated the city, lasting from September 2nd to September 6th, 1666. While some believe the numbers in his prophecy align with the year, others suggest the phrase burnt by fire is a direct reference to the catastrophe that destroyed much of London. The rise of Napoleon. Nostradamus allegedly predicted the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte, one of history's most influential military leaders. In one quatrain he wrote, "An emperor will be born near Italy, who will cost the empire a high price. They will say from the people he is less than a prince, but he will be born in the greatest need." Napoleon was born in Corsica, an island close to Italy, and he rose from humble beginnings to become the ruler of France. His military campaigns changed Europe, and his reign had lasting impacts on the continent's political landscape. Adolf Hitler's reign. Another prophecy is thought to reference Adolf Hitler, the German dictator responsible for World War II and the Holocaust. Nostradamus wrote, "From the depths of the west of Europe, a young child will be born of poor people. He who by his tongue will seduce a great troop, his fame will increase towards the realm of the east." Hitler was born in Austria, west of Europe, to a modest family and later rose to power through his oratory skills, convincing many to follow his ideology. His alliance with Japan and aggression toward the Soviet Union support the phrase about his fame extending towards the realm of the East. The nuclear bombings of Japan, 1945. Nostradamus' quatrain describing great destruction from the sky is often linked to the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945. Near the gates and within 2 cities, there will be scourges the like of which was never seen. Famine within plague, people put out by steel, crying to the great immortal God for relief. The atomic bombs dropped on Hiroshima, and Nagasaki caused unprecedented devastation, killing hundreds of thousands and marking the only use of nuclear weapons in war. The suffering caused by radiation sickness and destruction seems to align with Nostradamus' description. The Apollo moon landing, 1969. Nostradamus may have also predicted mankind's first steps on the moon in 1969. His quatrain states, "He will come to travel to the realm of the moon, where he will be placed on a strange land. The unripe fruit will be a great scandal. The great man will be struck with lightning." While the reference to scandal and lightning is debated, many interpret this quatrain as predicting the Apollo 11 moon landing, when Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin walked on the lunar surface, fulfilling humanity's ancient dream of space travel. The death of Princess Diana, 1997. The untimely death of Princess Diana in a car crash in 1997 is another event linked to Nostradamus' writings. The penultimate son of the man with the prophet's name will bring Diana to her day of rest. At a high place they will carry her in great sorrow. The end of the war, the great man will fall. While interpretations vary, many see Diana explicitly mentioned in the text. She died in Paris after being pursued by paparazzi, and her funeral was one of the most mourned events in modern history. The attack on the World Trade Center, 2001. Perhaps one of the most chilling prophecies is thought to predict the 9/11 attacks on the World Trade Center. The sky will burn at 45 degrees. Fire approaches the great new city. Suddenly, a great flame is leaping up, when they will want proof from the Normans. New York City is located near the 45-degree latitude, and the attacks on the Twin Towers involved massive explosions and fires. Many believe this quatrain describes the tragic events of September 11, 2001, which changed the course of global politics and security forever. As we navigate through 2025, several of his prophecies are being revisited for their potential relevance to current global circumstances as well. Let's get to know more about it. Conclusion of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Nostradamus hinted at the exhaustion of warring nations leading to peace. Through a long war, all the army is exhausted, so that they do not find money for the soldiers. This has been interpreted to suggest that prolonged warfare could deplete resources, compelling nations to seek peace. Some analysts believe this could pertain to the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war, anticipating a resolution as both sides face resource constraints. Turmoil in England. Another quatrain states, "In England, cruel wars will rage. The ancient plague will be worse than the enemy." This has led to speculations about potential internal conflicts within England, possibly within the royal family, or challenges arising from health crises reminiscent of past plagues. Natural disasters. Nostradamus' writings also allude to environmental calamities. Garden of the World near the new city, in the path of the Hollow Mountains. It will be seized and plunged into the tub, forced to drink waters poisoned by sulfur. Some interpret Garden of the World as the Amazon rainforest, suggesting potential environmental disasters such as flooding or volcanic activity in regions like Brazil. Asteroid encounter. A foreboding quatrain reads, "From the cosmos, a fireball will rise, a harbinger of fate, the world pleads." Many believe this prophecy foretells an impending asteroid hurtling toward Earth. Scientists and world leaders debate its implications, fueling urgent discussions on planetary defense. Space agencies scramble to assess its trajectory, weighing countermeasures, deflection, destruction, or evacuation. Public anxiety grows as theories spread, from doomsday fears to hopes of technological triumph. Could this celestial threat unite humanity or expose its divisions? As the world watches the skies, the question remains: will fate be rewritten, or is catastrophe inevitable? Whether Nostradamus truly foresaw these events, or if his vague writings have been retroactively applied to history, is a matter of debate. His predictions continue to intrigue scholars, historians, and believers worldwide. Thanks for watching. See you next time.